I'm going to teach you how to crack the code on how to trade in the real live markets. Now, I don't know if anyone has ever heard me before. I've done any presentations, kind of change it up a little bit here and there. We're going to kind of show you exactly why these stocks are moving. You probably watch me on YouTube or any other social network. So maybe some students are here. They just like to always come and listen in and chime in. But basically, we're going to kind of really more talk about what makes these things go up and how do they go up. And we just posted a link up right there. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go out there, subscribe it, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. We have unbelievable videos that we're making every day that will help you, not just on a long video, on a training video, but even on a short video. But here is the opportunity for all of you here to ask me questions. I am going to ask you questions, so please be interactive. I don't want to pick on anybody, but if you really want to learn how to trade, if you don't ask, you're never going to learn. So before I get started, just a quick little disclaimer. I am not going to make any promises and guarantees that this is going to make you a professional, successful trader. Listen, our students vary student to student. There is a very high risk in trading, so please be very wise before you go out there and trade in today's markets. All right. Now, let's go into the live markets really quick and show you what's going on. So right here, this is our professional trading room. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite every single one of you here to come into this trading room. Now, right now, you can notice on the left-hand side, these are our traders. Our students are all in here on the left. You could see there's hundreds of them. Right here in the middle, you could see this is our trading room, chat room. Right up here on top. Hold on, let me get my little pointers. Maybe that would help, right? There we go. There we go. Just follow my little red line. So we have an alert service, and then right here in the middle, this is basically our visual of stocks that we're watching. Now, we do live commentary the first hour and the last hour. Now, what I want to show you here is this. Could everyone tell me, I want to see if everybody's following along. Could everyone just chat and tell me what stock are we looking at right now in the trading room? Let me see if everyone's paying attention. What stock are we looking at? And while you're doing that, I want to bring something up here for you. Amazon. All right. Everybody got that? Everybody chat that in there. Now, what's Amazon doing? What are we doing? What exactly is it doing as we're speaking right now? What does it look like it's doing? Gina says it's going up. Okay. All right. So I want to bring up our channel right here. And I want to go to the shorts. All right. And I want to play right here the last one we just did. I just posted this up yesterday. All right. Now you have the link. Everyone should be subscribed to it. But I want to show you this video really quick that I posted yesterday, because what this video is going to show you is what I'm going to teach you today. So let's play this really quick. But there's only one problem. Let me show you. Today, Amazon started right around 186, and it's been shooting up, and it's been making all-time highs. Since last year, we had the splint. We were around to $87. Now we're up to 193. So what is the problem? Amazon has these huge, big iceberg orders, one at 185 and a 500,000 at $200. Can this be another NVIDIA? Just need to see what happens. We get close to those 700,000 shares. So basically, in that video I just showed you is that NVIDIA had a huge million share order around 500. And obviously, you could see it went to 1,300, but it was hovering here for a long time. Well, I want to show you exactly what happened as that video was made yesterday and what's happening right now, because we all want to go out there and trade stocks, right? We all want to know why the thing's going up. But most importantly, it's not about it going up. You want to make sure that you don't get caught with you holding the bag and you start taking a loss. And that's really where trading comes into play. So I want to move this over really quick. And, And I'm going to show you that. And that's basically what we're going to cover. I'm going to show you how to follow the big money. I'm going to talk about the important tools that we use that you need to be using, how to develop a nice little platform, even not only as a day trader, but also as a swing trader and also as an options trader, and just so much more we're going to cover. Now, before we do that, I want to ask everybody a question here. And I can't do the poll, but someone else could do it for me here in the room. Can everyone just tell me, how long have you guys been trading for? Has it been, you're brand new to trading, 1 year, 10 years? And just let's see how everybody answers this. Now, I've been doing this for 35 years. I'm one of the original traders, day traders that started back in the early 90s before there were ever day traders. Now there's millions of them. So I might look young for some of you. I might be older for some of you. But 35 years is being a dinosaur in this industry. Now, with that said, I'm going to end the poll. I want to share the results so you could see it, how long some of you have been doing it here for. Okay. Now, what you're going to learn now is that some of you are going to realize you've been trading blind. Okay. And I'll tell you why. My next poll question here is, have you been trained by a professional trader? So let's do that poll and let's see how everyone answers. Now, what I mean by a professional trader, I mean that you actually took a paid course. I'm not talking about like following someone on YouTube or whatever it is. Jan took several of them. Okay. Let's just do that poll really quick. Now, let me explain something to you. I was learned by a professional trader too. But before I did that, I was very ignorant. Okay. I was 22 years old. So I think I could learn on my own. I blew up 2 accounts and I said, you know what? There's obviously I'm doing something wrong. And I wanted to make this work. But, and here I am today. So trading is a maybe 80 to 90% failure rate. Let me end this poll. Let me share this with everyone. Okay, share the results. So it is a very high failure rate. And I don't even know why any of you here would be wanting to do this right now. And knowing that, like, why would I be in a business with 80% failure rate? Well, I'll tell you why it's such a very big failure rate. Majority of the people that fail never knew how to learn how to trade. They go out there and they go, how hard could it be? Or let me go out there and let me see if I like it. And if I do, then I'll go out there and learn. Yeah, that's the person I want to trade my money for me, right? Well, what makes you any different than that person? Okay, so that's why trading is a very big failure rate if you really want to know the truth behind it. So over the years, I've surrounded myself with some of the biggest, most well-known traders in the world. That's me with Mr. Forbes. And just me pumping my hands in the back. I rang the closing bell just to show you how hard it is to ring the closing bell. That was his first time out of all the years to ring the closing bell. Just to get to show you. But I surround myself with some of the brightest and best traders in the world. I've competed against some of the biggest traders in the industry. I've beat every single school I competed against. I'm actually going to be up in Canada. My next competition is going to be up in September. Hopefully, if anyone's there at the Money Show, I'll be there also. I've also been featured at some of the biggest financial stations, including doing a lot of presentations for NASDAQ, showing you how to trade on what I'm about to teach you today, which is going to show you why you're reading things backwards. Okay. Now, here's a picture of the Forbes magazine, a bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. I was one of those kids right there. And you could see it was just a great article. This one was dated back in 98. I've been doing it since 95. But what's amazing about this picture? I want you to look directly in the monitor. Okay. We used to make money on a 15-inch monitor. Now people can't even make money with 10 monitors. Another thing you got to look very carefully of that monitor. Do you notice anything unusual about that, what he's looking at on that screen? On that screen is just numbers. There's no charts. There's no heat maps. There's none of that. It's just numbers. And that's what I'm going to show you. And I'm going to teach you what is a tape reader, because that's what I am. I'm going to go over and show you exactly what that is. Now, just to give you a little more history about myself, I'm first generation Italian. My parents came here, with $20 in their pocket, never asked for anything. And, my dad always taught me, say, hey, listen, if you want to be good at something, go find the people that are great at it. Stay away from the people that don't know what they're doing. If you notice that they're not successful, you know what? That's why they're not successful. And unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. But I said, you know what? My dad told me, my dad was a landscaper. He used to cut grasses for some of the very wealthy people here on Long Island. And and I was there one day, and he introduced me to one of his customers. And the customer, and if it wasn't for that person, I probably would not be here today, because it was seeing how successful these people are and saying, like, how could he do it and I can't, right? And he told me, he said, listen, it's never too late to learn, okay? But because I like your dad, I'm going to teach you how to trade. So what ended up happening is this. I went to their office and I went to learn how to trade, okay? And let me tell you something, what you're about to learn today. And this is what's going to separate a lot of you from here to be successful and who's going to fail. What I learned on the first day in a job, I should have never made my first trade, because everything that I thought I knew had nothing to do with what Wall Street does. Wall Street follows algorithms, high frequency trades, institutions, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock. These are the people that you have to follow, because if they have a big interest in a specific stock, they're going to have a big influence in that specific stock. So it doesn't matter what you think, it matters what they think. So it's not about me, fellow traders. I am just telling you my journey that I went through to get where I am here today, where I'm here to teach you guys how to do the same exact thing. So the big thing that we're all going to learn right now is how to follow the big money. That's what we're going to cover. Now, how to do that is very simple. We're going to keep charts very simple, very, right to the point, and not to make things complicated. So here you have a stock. We're looking at Tesla. Okay. Tesla yesterday had a really, really nice run, big move. Okay. But the question is, why did Tesla go up? Was it news on Elon? Was it EV sales? Was it technical analysis? I don't know. What could possibly make this stock go up? Any of those three things could have made it go up, but it's not what made it. It's either one of them. What made that stock go up is because of buyers. That's why the stock went up. So if that's the case, let's go see what other stocks did. MLGL went up. Look at this stock, 150%. By the way, did anybody see this stock go up? A lot less risk, high amount of reward, because people bought the damn stock. That's the reason why it went up. It wasn't because of Fibonacci, because it wasn't a MACD, because it wasn't Elon Musk. It was because people bought the stock, okay? Now, what am I basically going with this? What I mean is this. The way they go up and go down is supply and demand, buyers and sellers. Now, what I like everybody to do right now is, because everybody, if you're paying attention, I want to see if you're paying attention. Could you write S&D in the room, in the chat room? Just go out there and just put S&D. I want to see if everybody's listening, because what you're about to learn right now is going to be quite disturbing. I know some of you, half of you here spent money and took a class with somebody. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say you wasted your money. Okay. It was a good investment, but now you're going to see why, if you're not successful or seeing any type of a change in the 30 to 60 days, this is the reason why. So we need to go now. We're going to identify and go ahead and not look what's going on in the past. We're going to focus on what's happening in the future. So here's a report that that works. All right. These are the windows that you need, something called level 3 and level 4. Now, let me see if I could do a poll here on that. Now, before I do that, let me launch this poll. Now, does anybody here have level 3 quotes? I just want to put a poll there. Let me see if who answers it and see how you guys answered it. Okay. So as you're answering that, let me explain to you what we're looking at. What you're about to see is you're going to see every single order out there that's being traded on a specific stock. We're going to start with level 3, and then we'll work our way over to level 4. So as everyone's answering that question, like I said, if you're right, not sure, that's great too. Actually, if you're saying not sure, I'll take that as a no. All right. So let me end the poll. Let me show you this, because this statistic is very important, because this is what separates people from being successful and the reason why they fail. So you could see that literally almost 70% of you don't have it. Okay. So that's what we're going to cover. Is level 4 a book map? Yes. I kind of call that G. I call that level 4. Okay. All right. So what we're going to look at is something called iceberg orders. Now, an iceberg order is basically a big block order. Now, I have a couple of videos. If you, like I said, we posted a link up there again. Maybe you guys could post it. My staff could post up again. Subscribe to the channel. I have some great videos of showing you what big block orders, big iceberg orders are. And they're great. They're good. The shorts are awesome. And by the way, every one of them is also on TikTok. It's also on Instagram. If you're a fan of those, you're anti whatever TikTok, listen, stick with YouTube then. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what it is. All right. So let me get my crayons out here so I can start making some drawings, have some fun. Okay. Oh, there we are. Okay. All right. So what we're looking at right here, these are our buyers and these are our sellers. Looking at a stock, looking at Google. Okay. This is every single order out there that wants to buy Google. This is every share that wants to buy it at this specific price. Whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to buy for less money is down at the bottom. Whoever wants to sell their shares for the least amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell their shares for more money is all the way down at the bottom. So what you're looking at is a negotiated market. You're looking at every buyer, you're looking at every seller, at whoever wants to trade Google. Okay. Now think about that for a second. How do stocks go up and go down? Buyers and sellers. What are you using to follow the buyers and sellers? I have no idea, but I know 70% of you said you don't have it. So this is basically what you're seeing is the raw data of every order out there in the entire world that wants to trade Google. So just to give you a little sense of where we're going with this, the reason why people don't have level 3 is because when I started, it cost me $1,000 a month for this. Now, right off the bat, I could probably say about 95% of you are probably going to say, thank you very much. I'm not interested. Okay. Well, listen, before we get there, it doesn't cost $1,000. Okay. That's what I paid 30 years ago. Wait till I tell you what it costs when we get down to the end. But before I do that, let me show you the value of it and how it helps you make smarter and better trading decisions. So let me clear this out. Let me change the slide. So we're looking at a stock SNOW, S-N-O-W. And you can see it went from 136 all the way down to 129. And then all of a sudden it decided to stop specifically at 129. And it went right back up to 133. Now, why did it pick the number 129? Why not 130? Like, why 129? It sounds like a weird number, right? Why not 120? Why not 135? Why 129? Well, the only reason why, it was a support level. But it wasn't a support level because it was support level in the past. It was a support level because there were buyers at that price. And when you look over here on the bid side and you work your way down, which I know it's kind of hard to read, but I blew it up on top, you could see that there were 62,000 shares looking to be bought at $129. And there were 65 orders around the entire world that made up that 62,000. Now, think about it. Would 300 shares be a support level? It could. Could 1,000 shares be a support levels? It could. More than probably you would trade. But when I see 65 orders out there and there's 62,000, that's a pretty big, tall number compared to every other small order at every other price. Same thing goes for resistance levels. Resistance levels are made by sellers. And if you look right here on the stock hood, this is Robinhood stock. Stock went from 2240, shot up to 2360, and came right back down to 23. It stopped specifically at that number of 2360-ish, which was technically 2370. The only reason why it went down and it didn't get to 24, 25, and it stopped at 2370 is because there was 167,000 shares looking to be sold at 2370. Now, think about this. It kind of makes sense. You're always looking for support resistance levels. Well, what really technically makes the support and resistance levels? Buyers and sellers. And now you're seeing the buyers and sellers on where they're at. Now, remember, let me take a step back when I first got involved in this business. If I had no idea of knowing my mentor that showed this to me in the past, I would never be here today. I would still be that person trying to find the next best indicator or the next best, NVIDIA, or whatever, or Google or whatever, Chipotle. But there's just stocks every day that trade. And the only reason why they get to where they are is because of those big block orders. Now, quick question for everybody in the room. Did I lose anybody yet before we continue? Just want to because I didn't see anybody log out, which is a good thing. I see the number going up. I haven't seen the number dropped. John says, good job. Okay, good. Yes, G. So buyers and sellers are obviously supply and demand, right? Demand would be a buyer. A supply would be a seller. Very good. All right. So let's move on. Let's go over a few more examples. Here we have a stock AMD, right? Stock's going down. And this is where we're going to have a little fun together. When will the stock stop going lower? What is going to stop this stock from continuing from tanking? What do we need? John, you're correct. Anybody else? Gene, you're correct. Margaret, you're correct. Who else am I missing here? So some people here did not answer my question. Don, what about you? What do you think? Wow, it's coincidence. Wow, it's pretty funny. Everyone is kind of saying the same thing. So you're telling me, Bruce, Gene, David, we don't need it. We don't need a Fibonacci, right? We don't need, the debates are tonight, right? So we don't need, Trump or Biden to say something about AMD, do we? They have nothing. They have no control over that. So like you said, we need buyers. So we're going to hop over here. We're going to look on the buy side. Okay. We're going to go to the NASDAQ exchange, which all of you have access to. And we're going to look for buyers. Where do you see a buyer? Where do you see a buyer, everyone? In AMD. What number? Alan, you're correct. G, you're correct. Jeannie, you're correct. By the way, if you don't know the answer, give me a question mark. Don't be scared. Do not be embarrassed. No one's going to make fun of you. Listen, you're better off getting it wrong here than doing it with real money. I hate people who lose money, okay? It's bad for the industry. It makes us all look bad, okay? So the fact is this. Buyers, where do we see the biggest significant amount of shares? Right here at $156.50 for 105,000 shares. Now, look, there's buyers everywhere. 200, 150, 390. There's buyers everywhere. But the biggest buyer is right at 158.50. So by such a big buyer out there, I guess we can call that a demand at that number. Well, guess what? What did the stock do when it got to that number? It hit it and went right back up to 160. Why did it do that? I don't know. Maybe because there was a big buyer out there. Because remember, you just said yourself, how do stocks go up and go down? Buyers and sellers, supply and demand. The demand was at 150, 650, and that shows it right there on the chart. Let's go see another good buying opportunity. Rivian, okay? Rivion's coming back down. What's going to make the stock go up again, everyone? What's going to make the stock stop going lower? What do we need? Margaret, Alan, John, you're all correct. By the way, Caesar, I didn't hear from you. Are you paying attention? Rick, Paul, what about you? William? Caesar, you hear me? Okay, good. Making sure. Okay. Because remember, it's a lot safer to get it wrong here than doing with your hard working money. So the answer is you need a buyer. Can't see that on a chart. So how do we find the support levels? We got to go over there and look at the exchange. And as I work my way down there on the exchange, I see a lot more bigger numbers on the buy side than the sell side, where you got a lot of 3 digits and 4 digits. But here you're getting a lot of 4, 5, 6 digits. Hell, we even got a big buyer right here at 1472 for 144,000 shares. What do you think is going to happen when we get close to that number? Boom. Stock goes up. In literally 10 minutes, it ran from 1480 to 1640. You know what? I'm going to use simple math, okay? If you bought the stock at 15 and you sold it at 16, how much money did you make on that stock? How much money did you make? Let's say you chased it. You didn't get it at 14, 72. You paid 15 and you sold it at 16. How much money did you make? Exactly. $1. $1 times 1,000 shares is $15,000. If you made $1 on that stock, you know how much money you made? $1,000. $1,000 over the course of the year is $250,000 salary. Now, did you ever think of that? It's like, oh my God, that is a lot of money. Never really thought about it. Hell, if you only made 50 cents, 50 lousy stinking cents, that's $500. $500, $100,000 salary. Who here doesn't want that job? Okay. Well, how do you do it? Follow the money. How about resistance now? Because it's not about winning. It's also about controlling profits. Now, here we're looking at, we had a good earnings announcement that just came out a couple of days ago on Carnival Cruise Line. Now, anybody here a fan of cruise lines? Anybody like to go on cruises? Who likes going on a cruise? Okay. Bruce, you do? All right. I like it too. Okay. I'm not a fan though of Carnival Cruise Line. I went on it once. I'll never go on again. Okay. I went on Norwegian. Someone told me to go on it. I will never go on it again. Okay. I've been on Royal Caribbean. I thought it was, one of the greatest ones. Now, you might have a different opinion on that. But the thing is this. I'm not going to hold it against not trading it. I'm not going to hold it, like I said, how could they possibly have good earnings? You see, if I let my personal emotion come into the play, I would have failed. But anyway, let's talk about the stock that went up. And the reason why I bring that up is I just don't want to make you feel that, I would never trade I would never trade Carnival because I hate the company. That's a false narrative. Okay. Don't be prejudiced against companies. If the opportunity is there to make money, we make money. So what do? Stock goes up. We need to know where to sell. Well, we were getting to this big iceberg order at 144. Okay. And you could see here that the stock literally with that big seller right there, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to hit that resistance and it's going to go back down. And you know what? It hit it at 10:30, it hit it at 11:30. I mean, what more do you need to see other than it was a big iceberg order out there trying to get out of that trade? Let's go over another example. MLGO. Stock was doing great. Great runner-up. You could see it ran from the close, ran from 14 to 1750. The game plan is this. Where do we sell? Because you can't make any money until you sell the stock. I know a lot of us here like to go and so yeah, I need training. Right now I'm up huge on Nvidia, and meanwhile you bought it 2 days ago. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm not big anymore. I just lost half of it. Like you didn't make any money till you sell it. And the goal is you got to know where all the sellers are. And here you have a stock like MLGO, and you got this big seller out here at 187,000 shares at 1770. What do you think is going to happen when it hits that big resistance levels? Well, it's a resistance because of the sellers out there. What happened? If you didn't get out, you went from 1750 right down to 1350, like that. And all of a sudden, like you count your chickens before they hatch, and then sure enough, now you convert a great winner that could have been a huge profit to now a huge loser. And don't tell me that never happened to you. Okay. Now, who here would like to get the NASDAQ book? Well, let me get back to before I give everybody the answer to that. Okay. Here's my personal email address. I want you to go in there right now, take my email. I want you to email me. Now, I'm going to tell you what this thing costs. Okay. This is the great part about it. When I started and I went for an interview for a job, just like, let's say some of you are doing it right now as we speak, once they heard the number and they told everyone, hey, we're going to go for lunch, we're going to come back, and then hopefully everybody just bring your credit card, your check, so you could pay for it, so we can get you started on the new job of being a trader. About 80% of the people did not show up. Okay. They were like, screw that. Right. Well, guess what? I get it. Right. But see the power of it. Well, guess what? It doesn't cost $1,000. It doesn't cost $100. It doesn't cost $50. It costs $15, and you're getting it directly from the exchange. This is not the Fausto tool. I don't work for NASDAQ. I'm not here. They don't pay me a promotion. Okay. I am just here to kind of tell you that if you're asking me for my opinion, what car is better, I'm not going to tell you what I think is better, because I'm in the car business, not because I work for them. You want to be able to buy and follow where more than 50% of what controls in the market. Here's your chance. So what I want you to do right now is open up your inbox, and I want you to type in my name, Fausto P, Fausto at cybertradeuniversity.com. You got it right there. And just write, please, whatever, NASDAQ, whatever you want to write me, NASDAQ book. Send it, whatever it is. Just write whatever you want and just hit send. So email me right now. And let's see how many of you, let me see how many of you here are going to walk out. I like to do this because this kind of shows me a little bit if you guys are paying attention, if you think there's a value in it. All right. So here's my email. I got mine. All right. I got my email. Now let me see who else here wants it. Okay. Just send me a quick email. I'll tell you exactly to get it. And listen, I could actually tell you where to get it on the website on NASDAQ. The problem is I want to give you a couple of videos. Because what happens that, number one, you probably do more harm than good. You don't know where the defaults are. Okay. I got these 5-minute videos. I want to show you exactly how to set it up and where to find it. So here's your opportunity to get it. All right. A couple of questions coming across here. What's the difference between level 2 and level 3? Paul, that is an excellent question. There's a very big difference. Level 2 has been outdated since the 90s. It just shows you the best bid and best offer at an exchange. This is actually showing you every buyer and every seller, at every price level. It is a huge difference. You're getting over 100 times more data. All right, Bruce, I got yours. Okay, this is you, Bruce. I got Bruce's. I got Alan. I got Gina. I got John. I got all of you guys. I see you started clicking right now. All right, good. So right now that's only 5. Okay, I'm a little shocked. There's almost 100 people in here, and so far I only got 10 people that emailed me back. Okay. Okay, there's more coming in. All right, good. I see them coming in. All right, good. So listen, if you think and you want to know how to read the future, here's your opportunity. You got to have the right tools. So obviously, if you hear that binging going on right now, that's basically everybody sending it to me. Okay. All right, good. Now let's talk about level 4 now, really quick. All right. What's the big difference in level 4? It is a lot more money, and I'm not here to sell it. Okay. I don't even want you to buy level 4. Okay. Because to be convinced on why you should be successful just using level 3. Okay. And then eventually you'll know why you want to upgrade to maybe something a little bit more better, depending how engaged and how active of a trader you are. But level 4, just given a nutshell, is basically a heat map, which is, let me get my crayons here and show you what I'm talking about. Right here is basically called the current order book. That's basically the level 3 version. And level 4, which is right here, and it's going to show you more of on a heat map version and exactly where those orders are and where they're at. Okay. How long they've been out there for, if they got executed, and so on. So you could kind of like see, like, wait a minute. The reason why a lot of people didn't like level 2 and level 3 is you look at the numbers and like, it looks a little confusing, moving a little fast. And then when you don't tell me no one here has a chart on their screen. I think every 99.9% of you all look at charts, right? Well, when you implement that to a chart, then obviously it makes things a little bit more easier to read. Now, let me just change the slide here. So let me explain to you a little bit more of an iceberg order, okay? So on level 4, we're looking at Apple. Apple has this 100,000 share seller at 215. So when you look at it, you want to know where the stock is eventually going to stop. Well, what's going to make it stop is sellers. And you could see how long he's been out there for. And not how long he's been out there for, but you could also see it on the right, but you also could see it on the heat map. And that's the power of it. And now let me go back and show you something very important. Now, let me go back to this is where it's going to get great. Listen to me carefully. What's the stock we're looking at right now? What is the stock we're looking at? Amazon. Okay. Now, let me show you this. This is level 4. Now, actually, let me bring this up again. What price is Amazon trading? Bring it up right here. Let me bring up a chart right here. What price is Amazon trading at? What around what number? It's not 100. About 199, right? 199. Look at this great run up. The thing just went from 195 to 199. This thing from yesterday was already at 187. It's literally almost ran almost $15. So the thing is this, when is it going to stop? Is it going to continue to go higher? Let me go back to my video. Watch the video that I posted yesterday, which every one of you, which I'm probably going to know that you're all basically subscribers. Let's watch what I played yesterday. Listen carefully. Amazon's breaking all-time high, but there's only one problem. Let me show you. Today, Amazon started right around 186, and it's been shooting up, and it's been making all-time highs. Since last year, we had the split. We were around to $87. Now we're up to 193. So what is the problem? Amazon has these huge, big iceberg orders, one at 185 and a 500,000 at $200. Can this be another NVIDIA? Just to see what happens. We get close to those 700,000 shares. So Where are we at? Close to that, not 500, 600,000. I mean, someone out there and is trying to get out right now of 600,000 shares. Now, what do you think is going to happen, fellow traders? You think it's going to go past that number? Or is it going to go down? Jan says it's going to go down. Alan says it's going to drop. You see, what you're doing right now is you're having a game plan. You're having a game plan because you are now officially reading the future. And the future is that order. Now, who here wants now? Let me see something really quick. Hold on one second. Let me see this really quick. Want to bring something up really quick. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. 30, 90. Okay, right here. So I'm looking at, here's the NASDAQ book. Okay. So if you look right here, here's the sellers. And I'm going to scroll down and look right here. See that right there at 200? 400. Let me pause it. Hold on, because it keeps moving too fast. I'm going to pause that so it doesn't move. 400,000. Well, guess what? Level 4, we're just looking at the NASDAQ. Now, level 4, we're also incorporating other exchanges. Could be the New York Stock Exchange, could be EDGX, it could be, AI, it could be other algorithms, other exchanges. So this is just adding more volume from different exchanges. It could be a CBOE, that could be a big order out there, but you could see majority of it is on the NASDAQ. Okay, 400,000. So you could see I could use both. Now, I'm going to ask everybody a question. How much smarter and better trading decisions if you were able to know where the money is on certain stocks? Because they do it on every single one of them. PLTR is another one we traded today. Okay, look at all these orders right here. 160,000. Apple, same thing. Any stock, you pick it. Huge 300,000 share seller at 220, 225. Okay. You can see all these orders stacked up. I don't see any buyers, but I start seeing the sellers. You know what? If we go to Apple, I'll bring up Apple really quick. You look on the long-term chart. Apple's like having a really tough time getting past 220. Right? Had this huge, beautiful run, which, by the way, I did a video on that one too. Okay. And explain exactly what just happened. Now, Jan, you know what, Jan? I like what you just said. She says, I would be light years ahead. So I'm going to tell everybody one more time. If anybody here would like to get the book viewer, okay, take my email address right now and email me right now, because this is going to be your last chance to do it. Okay. All right. Perfect. Now, I have a bonus. And my bonus is this. I'm gonna give you something even extra, okay? That I want to do everyone a big favor. First of all, before I do that, let me just remind everyone here that CyberTrade University, we have a reputation. For being in business for 35 years, we had more brokerage firms and exchanges look at our service, and we're endorsed by some of the biggest ones in the industry. Now, I know that you said half of you here had a mentor. How do you know if you have a really good company you're dealing with? See who endorses them, okay? Check out the Google reviews. If you go check out our Google review, for 35 years, we have a 5-star rating, which is unheard of, okay? You've probably been to the best restaurant in the world. They don't even have a higher rating than we do, because every single student we teach, we qualify, okay? We just don't go out there and just train the masses. If I want to, I could have thousands and thousands of traders in our room. but thousands of them only make me money. They don't make you money. All right. So we have a reputation. We tell you point blank. We have great customer service. You're going to get all this that's going to come with Cyber Trading University. Now, how could you learn more and see more? This is what I'm going to do. Obviously, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get those great videos, all right, and get those nice sample shorts. But better than that, I want to invite all of you to come to my trading room. Everybody here. All you have to do is take your phone, scan that QR code, or I'm going to post a link up in the trading room right now. There it is. For $9, I will give you full access to everything Cyber Trading University offers and to come to our trading room for one lovely week. And we are not going to charge you a dime after a week. That $9, all it's going to cost, it just tells me that you're a real person or not. There are people in here, I don't even know, Kay Gomez, I don't know who you are, Kay, but just basically tells me you're a real person. And, you know, and you say who you are, because obviously we want to make sure we have no hecklers in there or, you know, any trolls. Okay. Main reason why we're doing that. I would invite everyone to come for free, but this is how we kind of weed out the serious people and the non-serious people. Now, this is what you're going to get for $9. You're going to get full access to our trading room. You also get live commentary. We broadcast live every morning from 9 to 10:30 and then from 2:30 to 4 o'clock. You're also going to get Q&A workshops. We have renowned gurus in the industry that are going to come and do speakings. You're going to have access to those recordings. You're going to have access to ask them questions. We have a weekly basis. We do that. I am also going to give you my book, okay, for free. If you want, you can go to Amazon. You can pay me $47, or I can give you my colored book for free by just paying $9 now. That alone pays for it, what you're getting. All this plus one more bonus I'm going to throw in. For the first 20 people that register, just like the people who gave me a chat for the email and want to be able to get into the get the ECM book, I will personally call you on the phone and I will talk to you for $9. Now, people get kicked out of, like, first of all, like, why is this Fausto for $9 is going to talk to me? Like, does he really need the $9? I don't need your $9. Hell, that, you see that thing in the back wall right there? That jersey right there, that jersey alone is probably worth, you know, tens of thousands of dollars. I don't need your $9. That $9, and the reason why I need to call you is because we need to make a decision with your future. Okay. Somebody needs to analyze after you see what goes on in the room. You need questions to be answered. Nobody is going to answer that question better, okay, than me. All right. You're going to talk to my staff. They're going to do a walkthrough. You're going to get an orientation of, you know, the trading room, the classes, the free training we're going to give you for a whole week. And then after that, we'll have that conversation. And then, you know what? If you're not happy, I'll give you money back after the week. Listen, I don't need your $9. Okay. I'm looking that I could train serious traders that could be part of my team. So when you're looking at this right here on the right-hand side and you're seeing these hundreds of traders on the left, I am looking to make one of you one of them. Okay. And the only way I could do that is we need to have that conversation. Now, this is everything that you're going to get. The QR code is up there again. Okay, Phil, or you can click on that link that we posted. So you're getting workshops, you're getting the trading room, you're going to get the videos, you're going to get a consultation, you're going to get orientation, all of that for $9. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, think about this for a second. Look how much smarter and better of a trading decision you have just made by being here today, right? And look how much you've learned in a short period of time of realizing that you've been trading blind. I've been there. I've done that. Now think about it, where if you're looking to make this into a career, here's your chance. And you know what? I know there's some of you out there that said you took training, you wanted to get it to work. Let me throw my 2 cents on that. If you're being mentored by somebody and you're not making money within 30 to 60 days, it's time to call quits. Okay. If you ever hired someone or worked with somebody and they hired a new employee, and after all that hard work to finally find somebody, if they don't get it, they're not going to continue to pay that person. Well, for the same thing for you, it's okay to move on. All right. Maybe that person's just not the right fit. Maybe that person's just not, maybe that market's not the right style. And I know people probably are very negative about, well, I'm not really a stock trader, heard bad things about it. Well, the question is, who really trained you? Let's go out there. Let's make a small investment. Let me get you in a trading room and let's see and show you what it's really all about. Now, a couple of quick shout outs, okay, that I got here. First of all, John, I got your registration. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Who else we got here? We got here Caesar from where you from, Caesar? Zurich? Is that where you're from? Okay. Welcome aboard. Look forward to teaching you. All right. Who else we got here? We got Lucy. Got your registration for California. Now, does anyone have any questions? And with those questions, for some of you filling this out, let me just kind of just tell everyone something. As you're filling out the registration, it is very important to us that you let us know a little bit about you, what brokerage firm you have, because we want to make sure you have the right platform. We'll tell you what platforms you do need. Let us know how you're honestly doing. Are you making money? Are you losing money? What kind of trading you're doing? And then you can also book an appointment to do orientation. So when you go into our trading room, you're not going to be lost. You don't want to be there and like, okay, what am I looking at? You need to know when the best times are there, the worst times, what exactly is going on, what videos to watch. So we're very big when it comes to customer service. Okay. We have like more of a concierge type of a company. That's why we're very world renowned when it comes to trading. And that's why I've been around for 35 years. Now, with that said, does anyone else have any questions? Question came across. When could I start? First of all, I know you should start right away. Okay. Like, listen, it's fresh in your mind. Don't blow it off. All right. Don't blow it off. It's fresh in your mind. Get started immediately. All right. If you want to wait till Monday because it's Thursday or holiday, okay, I get it. But Thursday, Monday, whatever it may be, you know what? You're gonna have a full week regardless. Okay. So if you start today, your trial will work all the way till next Friday. If you start on Monday, it's only going to work till Friday. So you could start it now, you could start it later, one or the other. A couple other people here registered. It's got your registration. Bryce, it's got your registration. R from Houston, Texas. Welcome aboard. Look forward to teaching you. Alan Hardwick from, what's that, Belvedere? Is that another from Germany? Okay, welcome aboard. We got a few people from Germany that are in there. By the way, if you go on our channel, I also got some of my videos written in Germany. So if you ever want to hear some, we also translate a lot of our training courses in different languages too, for some of you have a language barrier. Okay. These kind of great things that we do. Anyone have any other questions? Question came across. Oh, it's actually UK, Alan. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Great Britain. No, I'm sorry. You're right. There you are. Okay. But anyway, another question people ask is, how much money do I need to do this? Listen, let me bring up a stock really quick for you. Okay. Let me show you what we trade in our room. Did you guys see Govax today? Anyone saw this stock today? GOVX ran from $2 at exactly 9:30. Right? See right here, 9:30. It ran all the way to almost $5 a share by 10 o'clock. To buy 1,000 shares of that, just use simple math, $2,000. If you just made 20% of that move, you did great. All right. Now, the next question someone just asked me is like, how do we know you really traded it? Oh, you really want to know? Okay, no problem. Let me show it to you. Okay. We were all over the stock all day. Let me go on my chat and show you. And this is only one of several. Bring it over here. Here's my chat. Hold on. Clear this out for you. Govax, right there, 10:02. We started trading it Govax. It was constant all day. And look, everyone making, look, got in at 280, got in at 340. I'm going backwards. Okay. Kala was another one that was moving. WBA was a great short. You go all these stocks that we traded. There's Govax right there, 942. Grant's in at 335. Okay. I mean, these are things that you're going to get when it comes to trading. Govax was one of them. Here's another one that had a good move. KLAA was another one. What was the other one I was talking about? The short on WBA. Yeah, that one was a good one too. That was a great short. Look at that stock. WBA went from 15 all the way down to 11, right? I mean, this is what we trade. And guess what? All it's going to cost you is $9. And by the way, every day is a new trading day. So, regardless if it's Amazon or Govax or anything, that's what it comes down to it. So, a couple other people just registered. Who else I got here? John Trophy from Florida. Got your registration. Welcome aboard. Ricardo from Arizona. Just got your registration. Thanks a lot. All right. You see somebody still registered. Any other questions? So getting back to that question, you don't need a lot of money to do this. That's a misconception. And that is a really big failure why people lose money. And they say, oh, I that's why, I can't afford the stock. That's why I trade an option. Let me tell you about options. You think stock trading is a failure rate? That's even 5 times worse. Okay. Because you got to remember, it's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. So if you want to go out there and think you're going to be a good options trader, guess what? Got bad news for you. If you can't be a good stock trader, you won't be a good options trader. Okay. Because the movement of stock that makes that option move. And then also swing trading. How does the stock turn into a swing trading? It's what happens over the course of the day, what trickles into a swing. All right. Any other last minute questions? Anyone else that registered? Listen, if you didn't register, listen, I know it's okay. I'm not going to be offended by it. Okay. I'm only doing it for your own good. But that $9 that you're paying for, that's money back guaranteed. It's just a confirmation. Let us know you're a real person or not. But if you think $9 is expensive, try ignorance. Okay. Any one of those stocks, you could have done really, really well. Okay. But it's not the winners that make you succeed to be a good trader. You know what makes you a good trader? Knowing how to control losses, because that's everyone's biggest issue. The big issue you all have to learn is, and where we spend 80% of our education, is about controlling losses. And it's because most of you here don't know where the street is. Okay. You're not going to beat Wall Street. Okay. But you can join them. And that's what we're going to do. All right, traders, I'm going to get back to my trading room. Thanks for listening. I hope everybody enjoyed it. It's your last chance to get involved and jump in. Listen, best time of the year to learn, because when summer's over, kids go back to school and college, you're going to get a lot of good market. But going into an election day and going into, what's happening today with the presidential debates, it could make the market move. It always does. And, there's going to be a bunch of new stocks to trade. So don't waste any time. Get in there immediately. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. This will be recorded. If you want to watch it again later, you're more than welcome to, and we'll get it out to you. All right, guys. Thanks, everyone.